I am asking listeners and viewers who are tuning into us, not just here in the United States, but all over the world, to please listen to me very, very carefully. I know we cover a lot of incredibly important information here, but what I'm about to hit is paramount. Now, some of this you would have heard before from me, but most of it is brand new. Now, it is not prophecy that we're being proven right that worldwide, from communist China to the EU to the United States, globalists, corporations, and their operatives in government are openly calling for censoring the people of the planet that criticize globalism, unelected corporate rule. We are having devastating victories all over the planet, and they are scared. They admit in their own publications, and again, they're so arrogant they think you're stupid. They think we're stupid. They think we don't even read these, where they admit planetary government, dumbing us down, controlling us. The WikiLeaks say keep us desperate, keep us in the dark, keep us poor. I mean, we know, okay, guys? We know how evil you are. We understand your ideology. We understand you can't compete with Americanism. But we now know their attack plan 3 weeks after Trump's devastating victory, where he won with such a massive landslide that they were unable to steal it, folks. He probably won by 65% of the vote. I'm serious. I mean, that's what internal polls were showing, was him 15, 20 points ahead. She had crowds of 300. He had crowds of 30,000 on average. It's incredible. She stole 5 states. That's been confirmed. Millions of illegals voting, millions of dead people, 20-something million dead people on the rolls. I mean, this is over the top. We have the Democratic operatives all caught admitting election fraud and how they were already doing it. And then Anderson Cooper gets up on CNN and says no evidence 3 times in a row. I mean, what a joke, buddy. People hate you. They wouldn't believe anything you told them. If you walked out at high noon and said the sun was frickin' yellow, they wouldn't believe it coming out of your little snot nose. So sick of you blue blood bastards. Excuse me. Now, we are looking at the enemy plan now. And I go back to Matt Drudge now over a year ago, giving us the exclusive interview, just coming out of nowhere because he met with the Supreme Court justice and others. I'm not at liberty to give you all the details, but I made phone calls and confirmed it with other people, not that meeting, but others like it, that everybody was told it's over in 2016. We're bringing in a dictatorship. We're getting rid of the Republican Party. You better give up. There's nothing you can do. We're getting rid of free speech. We're going to start arresting people we don't agree with. We're going to take the frickin' guns. Your kids belong to the state. Most of this you saw in the news. But the intelligence agencies, who aren't perfect, they do the hanging, though. They sat there and said, it's all true. You're going to end freedom in Europe and the United States. The communist Chinese are going to oversee censorship of the web, which is now in the news. Drudge learned this a year ago. I learned of this a year ago, that they were going forward with it. The intelligence agencies leaked the hell out of the truth. Patriots like you, of every race, color, and creed, spread the word. Absolutely, foreign governments and others, from Iceland to Greece to Russia, are fighting the same globalists, so they joined us. But it wasn't propaganda, it wasn't lies, it was humanity organized independently as organic human intelligence resisting the technocracy of these inbred, out-of-control globalists. So history is happening. So now, 3 weeks and a couple days into the giant Trump victory, as he moves forward with Americanism, not globalism, a two-way fair street, not a win-lose system, they are now striking. As Dave and I reported earlier, the House has passed, it's going to the Senate, $170 million to open a new domestic press control Operation Mockingbird Part 2 system to, quote, identify fake news and then have it banned. If you think Google's starting to ban us off Chrome and Breitbart's getting delisted and all this is happening off a few fake lists put out by anonymous groups that Google picked up, wait till the State Department issues one. Now, I've got a counter plan against this, but we knew it was coming. Now, if you add all this on top of each other, they've got Kellogg's coming out saying that they're going to pull their web sponsorship from anybody out there. Big frickin' deal. Now they're going to have a, quote, coalition. Good. List the hundreds of groups that we already know are funding radical jihadi groups and Black Lives Matter groups and other Ford Foundation destabilization groups. Show us the corporations that are already funding this. We already know them. They fund Mecha. They fund La Raza. They fund BLM. This has always been the plan to finally bring the country down. Not to empower these people, but to bring us down. So thank you for proving everything I've warned people about for decades, but I got it all from the Senator Frank Church Committee meetings in the 1970s, 76, 77, 78. I interviewed Anthony frickin' Sutton, the top congressional expert. This was a battle plan hatched in the 50s, okay? Because Henry Ford and others were so mad that I guess Hitler lost. Okay, I mean, folks, learn your damn history, excuse me. So we're sitting here facing all of this right now, and America was about to be basically executed. It was about to be over, barring civil insurrection. And so balance was restored, okay? And we got a beachhead back in Washington, and they are flipping out, redoubling their race-baiting efforts, going completely crazy. So we didn't start this, but we have to get on the offense and boycott Kellogg's and boycott any of these globalist companies. Miller Brewing. I mean, folks, you go down the list of these. You can go to Who Funds Black Lives Matter, Mitchell, Araza, you name it. Kellogg's gave them $1 million. Soros has given them $500 million. Ford Foundation, $300 million. Go look it up. These are the dedicated groups sworn to bring fascism to America and to use race baiting and reverse colonialism to bring us down. Okay, you have to understand, it's called liberation theology. None of this is my opinion. This is absolute historical fact. So you see Twitter, you see Facebook, you see Google, all banning people everywhere for no reason. People post American flags and American eagles on Twitter. It's being banned. That's on Infowars.com today. They are training you for the massive censorship and the control. So how do we counter this? Well, we have President Trump, even though the Senate's dumb enough to pass this, as soon as he gets in, kills the State Department with a whole new office, hatching all these new bureaucracies and all these agents to come eat out our substance, a.k.a. the Declaration of Independence warned of. He needs to shut that down, and hundreds of other little sub-agencies that, like cancers, are metastasizing. We need to boycott Kellogg's. And I'm calling for everybody. I want an official tweet. I'm putting it out. I'm going to really push to boycott all these companies. We're going to put a list together for next week of the companies to boycott. We're also going to issue our own list of fake news with HUMAT, and the people are going to overpower this Grindle and rip its political arms out by the sockets. It's already happening. You want a war? Believe me, you got one, scum. Thank you for showing us just how authoritarian you are. Assange, after 40 days missing, has now finally resurfaced. Thank God. He has been under house arrest. They weren't letting him talk to media. That's now coming out. He's got to be careful what he says. But I knew something was going on. And he says, listen, the new bombshell is Merkel and the EU super army to take over countries inside the Euro. They try to leave peacefully, which never even voted to enter it. See? See? This is global corporate dictatorship through the EU, through the Asian Union, through the North American Union, through the Atlantic Treaty and the TPP that welds the three parts together. Epic history is happening right now. So all of that is unfolding. So, ladies and gentlemen, my main point is this. I heard David Knight talking about this calmly, doing a great job as a gentleman. I thought about myself talking about it gentlemanly the last few days. And I just thought to myself, why are you successful, Alex? Because you genuinely get people out of their trance because you're out of your trance, and you're upset and angry about multinationals coming in to shut down your free speech. That's why I've been successful. That's why we've been able to take action. That's why we're changing the world. We have to get really pissed and not just think everything's okay now that Trump's in. We have to block these type of bizarre agencies that come out and decide that we're going to have state-run controlled media, which Obama talked about in these speeches he gave last week. Hell, Rolling Stone's calling for it. Pathetic, collapsing media wants to shut us down. This is a great honor. But if we don't resist it, they will end up shutting us down, and then Katie barred the door.
We're selling a product, DNA Force, that is the very best nutraceutical that we can produce. Dr. Group, you took years for you to develop DNA Force for us.
It's been something that I've been working on for a long time, Alex, because I think it's very, very important. What the aging process is when the cell replicates, we lose a little bit of our telomeres. Telomeres are the little cups on the end of our chromosomes.
And when it runs out, you start dying.
We chose the PQQ because it has over 175 different clinical trials. It's one of the most effective substances in the world. It works like an antioxidant. It works to repair nerve growth factor.
So this is a formula to deliver the maximum amount. It's in powder form.
We have so many 5-star reviews. I take this. This is the product that I take.
Infowarslife.com, and the profit we make We fight the globalists. We fight the New World Order. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.